Hello and welcome. In this lesson we will continue with the same mobile application. If you remember my first mobile application project that we started last time, I made a few modifications to the form. If you notice, I added a send message button, I added a couple of labels and a text box. So what I want to do is, after I select the contact from my Outlook contacts, I want actually to send an email message to that person, where the message will be here. Okay, so let us take a look first of all at the controls that I've added. This is my send button, BTN send I called it, and notice here that LBL name, I got rid of the text that was in it. LBL mobile, I got rid of the text which was mobile, so now it's invisible. So when I select the contact, I will still see their name and mobile, but now it looks a little bit better. This is the picture box. This is a label called 2, LBL2, and this is another invisible label that will contain the email, which we didn't do last time. I still need to fill it in with the contact's email address. This is another label called message, and basically this is here. I'll need to change it, so LBL, maybe I will call it message. Okay, and this is TXT message, which is basically, it is a text box. However, I made a changes here by changing the multi-line. By default it's false, so I change it here to true, so that I can write on multiple lines, so it looks more like a text area rather in web terminology, rather than just a text box. Okay, so when I start my application, I will be able to see this, everything. So maybe on mobile, what I want to do when I load the form is just to make few of these items invisible. So when the form loads, the button send dot visible is equal to false. What else? LBL message dot visible is equal to false. TXT message dot visible is equal to false. Okay, so all of these are not visible. However, when I do start, when I click my this button, okay, and if it's okay, among other things, so I'm filling in the name and mobile, I'm gonna do the following: LBL email dot text is equal to my contact dot selected contact dot email address one, email one address, because we can allow more than one email. Okay, the picture box is still there, but I also want to make few things visible, so I'm just gonna copy these, change false to true. Okay, true and true. Okay, now what I want to do is to actually program this button right here, the send message. Okay, so in here the first thing I'm going to do is to create a new email message. So dim message as a new email message. There it is. This is, by the way, it's a class that is available in this right here in the Windows mobile.pocket Outlook. So if I actually commented this out, notice here that I have an error because it doesn't recognize that class. Remember, I imported this right after I added it as a reference. And again, by the way, for your information, why did we have this? This allows me to open my dialog, my contact dialog, where I can get back from it either okay or not, meaning I selected a contact. Alright, so I have a new email message, Now remember, this message now is an object that has your typical attributes. So the message itself, what kind of attribute? The subject, the body text, etc. So if I do the dot subject, I don't want to get the subject from anywhere. I can have a text box and I can get it from there, but I will just simply say demo message. Okay. Now in here I will have the subject of my message. Okay, what else? The actual text is the body text attribute is equal to what? Where am I getting the text from? From the txt message dot text. Okay. Now that I have a message, I need to be able to send it. So in order to do that, I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to call it a client, dim client, as a new recipient. Okay? But this recipient needs actually the email address, which is available where? In LBL email. Don't forget the dot text. Okay, so now the recipient is an object that has the actual email in it. Okay, next I will use the message itself, and I will say message dot to, okay, dot add. So who am I sending this message to? I'm gonna add the client that I just created.